Here we go. I work in a restaurant that's part of an old village nonprofit in the eastern United States. Basically, the village was founded in the mid-1700s by a rather odd religious cult. They lived there for a pretty long time, and as you'd expect, there were plenty of deaths. So naturally, the restaurant, which is a repurposed common building formerly housing the infirmary and village offices, is fucking haunted. Be me, my first day on the job back in 2017, working with my homies, so we of course get up to shenanigans. We finish washing all the dishes when my best friend, referred to as M from here on out, decides to ride the dumbwaiter down to the basement. We think, fuck it, he's small enough to fit and it could carry some weight. Send our lad down. He gets to the bottom, start hearing him screaming for us to bring him back up. Hammer the up button. He makes it back up and tells us what happened. For context, the basement is where the bakery and storage is at. The dumbwaiter has a little bitty window that lets you see into it, and in our case, out of it. He tells us he saw a man down there, dressed like one of the village guides. Period dress, simple farmer garb, cult clothes. Tells us that he thought one of the guides was just down there to grab a snack from the bakery, but the guy turned and had no face. Spook.jpg. We never sent anyone down the dumbwaiter ever again. I've got loads of these stories. I'll keep posting them for as long as the thread is up. The first time I actually saw spooky shit was about 2 weeks after the dumbwaiter incident. Just as some context, the restaurant was the ground floor. The old village offices and infirmary were on the 2nd and 4th floor respectively. I just so happened to be going to the 4th floor on a dare. We call the 4th floor infirmary the White Room. To this day, nobody can give a straight answer on why it's called the White Room, because it certainly isn't white. The spookiest place in the fucking building, probably because a fuck ton of cultists died here. Wandering around, taking pictures because why not? I'll take some tomorrow because this was years ago and I've since got a new phone. So anyway, I'm wondering about snapping photos like a college girl on spring break when the room gets ice cold. My onboard nope meter starts ticking. Get ready to bounce when I see a woman in period clothes standing by the window. My nope meter is going ballistic. My pants are preparing for imminent soiling. Remember the faceless man my friend told me about? Shut my eyes because I don't want to see that shit. Feel a cold wind rush past me. Open my eyes and she's gone. Note meter stops ticking and I get the fuck out of there. I wish this was the last time I'd see spoops, but unfortunately, life doesn't work out how you want it to. Poltergeist style activity happens every once in a while. It's mostly annoying, but it can get outright scary sometimes. A few examples of the kind of shit I dealt with. Be washing dishes like good little wagey. Bowl goes sailing across the room and shatters. That's generally how it goes, but there have been a few times that would just leave me terrified. Once again, washing dishes like a good little wagey. Hear drawers start opening. Figure it's just one of the cooks, so I stay in my little dish pit cleaning away. Hear clattering. Turn to ask if I can help them out. Literally a fountain of cutlery. Knives, forks, spoons. God fucking damn it. Fountain of literal, actual fucking knives start spewing out of other drawers. I bail out. Run downstairs to Chef's office. Let her know what just happened and tell her I'm taking the rest of the night off. She gives me the okay to leave and I fuck off. Fuck you, kitchen ghost. You're a dick. It's not just a restaurant that's haunted. It's pretty much the whole village, hiking trails and all. There's one of the banquet halls that has an old man that enjoys screwing with guests. There's a little boy that wanders the village, and if a man sees him, it means his wife is pregnant. Normal spoopy ghost fare. Then there's the dilapidated house in the far back of the village. Fuck that house in particular. Nobody who has worked there for more than a week will go anywhere near that motherfucker, and here's why. All of the buildings in the village are original, except for the equipment garage. All of them are well maintained, except for that house. That's generally the first tip that something isn't fucking right. The non-profit stopped giving a shit about the house back in the 1970s. As far as I know, it's because guests were checking out on their first night staying there pretty consistently, but that's of course all they put on the record. Every house in the village is a hotel suite now, except that one. One day, me and the boys decided to go check it out. We took our time off and went out on a little adventure. Since we were village employees, nobody would stop us from going there. All access is pretty dope. We get to the house and for some reason, nobody ever locked the door. It's dusty as a motherfucker in there, and completely devoid of modern amenities you'll find in any other house. That's not too weird considering it was abandoned in the 70s. We're in the house for about 5 minutes when shit starts getting weird. Heavy footsteps upstairs. We figure it's a hobo or meth head or something, so we hide under the staircase. More footsteps coming down the stairs. All orifices clenched. Footsteps reach the bottom of the stairs and walk past us. There was fucking nobody there. You can see between the cracks in the stairs and nobody was there. We're all freaked out. Decide to be brave little shits and go upstairs. We're about to start exploring when every single door upstairs freaks open. Fuck this shit. We bail out and never go back. Stick to the other buildings for exploring from then on. This one almost drove me to quit. I would have if I didn't need the money and the hours didn't work so well for my school schedule. 2019, Christmas time, one of our busiest times of the year. Spoopy activity was at an all-time low, so that was nice. I think I'm getting through the week without anything weird happening. The dumbwaiter starts screaming. Wait, what the fuck? The door is open, but the dumbwaiter is on the bottom floor. This isn't how it's supposed to work. I'm the only one in the kitchen and the screaming is getting louder. Sounds wheezy as fuck. I hear rhythmic thudding along with the screams. Sounds like someone's climbing up the shaft and screaming. Oh fucking hell no. Bell through the back entrance. Call chef and tell her what's going down. She sounds shaken and tells me she heard the screaming too. Fuck. She calls a fucking Catholic priest to come and bless the kitchen. Figures the worst of it is over. 1 week later. Christmas is Friday, so I won't be working it. Washing dishes when I hear a familiar sound. You've gotta be fucking with me. The scream is back. Dumbwaiter door is closed. Figure it's just going to stop. Hear the dumbwaiter door start straining. Fingers are in the fucking crack. Note meter kicks into overdrive. Fight or flight going absolutely mental. Sprint out of the door again. Call chef and tell her I can't keep doing this if the fucking dumbwaiter demon is gonna keep trying to eat me while I work. She tells me to take the rest of the week off and she'll get it sorted. Come back and it hasn't happened since. I'm still paranoid about that fucking dumbwaiter. Christmas was Wednesday in 2019, not Friday. Sorry guys, got my days fucked up, but that's probably the worst it ever got. I still work in the kitchen, and I'm getting closer to my archaeology degree so I can start working for the university. Weird shit still goes on down there for sure, got a few more stories. Enjoying my lunch break, best benefit to working there is the food. I get free lunches cooked to customer specifications. Shit's amazing. Sitting on the back staircase because it's nice and shady. Hear scratching at the window. I think it's someone fucking with me. Nobody there, but there are 4 distinct scratch marks on the window. Decide to eat out in my car. Employees get 1 free night to stay at the hotel every year. Naturally, I take advantage of this when I feel like I needed some time away from my dorm and my studies. Chilling in the hotel room. Got some room service and I'm watching TV. Pasta Alfredo is the bomb. Halfway through an episode of Bizarre Foods, the power cuts. Oh fuck, here we go. Door starts rattling. No sir, I did not sign up for this. Politely ask whatever's rattling my door to leave me in peace. Power comes back and the rattling stops. Eat my food and finish my show. Sometimes they ain't that bad. Last story before I get some sleep. Have class at 10 and work at 4, so I shouldn't skip sleeping. Be about 3 weeks ago, give or take. Teaching new dishwasher how to not fuck shit up. Basically the guru at this point. I'm head dishwasher and people treat me like the chef. In the middle of showing this kid the in and outs, when we hear slapping footsteps go running through the kitchen, basically as jaded as it gets after the whole screaming thing in the dumbwaiter shaft incident. New kid looks at me like he's gonna shit himself. Tell him that stuff is normal and you get used to it. As a safety precaution, tell him to talk to the chef if anything really weird happens. Not even 2 hours later, chef calls me in. Kid is practically catatonic in her office. Chef tells me the story. He was washing dishes like he should be. Hears the whirring sound of the dumbwaiter. Goes to open it up. Nothing inside. Weird. Goes back to washing dishes. Plates go flying across the room at Mach 5. Kid hauls ass down to the chef's office to tell her the story. He didn't last too long. Normally new hires just ignore the weird shit, but he just couldn't. I feel really bad for him, but I did tell him the weird shit is the norm here. I worked at nights at a night cafe. Business wasn't great during winter, so usually I'd be the only person there from about 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. closing shift. One night, I was alone in the cafe, sweeping the floors, and trying to clean as much as possible so come by 6, I could close. At around 3:30 a.m., the doorbells chime. I turn around to say hello. No one was there. Door clearly wide open. I closed it and turned around. There was this guy. The air around him felt heavy, super pale skin, and looked very thin. At this point, I just assumed he was a junkie coming in to get out of the cold. I cleared my throat and started to approach the table. Before I even started to speak, his head snapped towards me. "Anon, do you have meat?" Motherfucker addressed me by my name. I never wore my name badge when on shift alone. I kinda stepped back. "We've got a couple of meat dishes. Want me to get you a menu?" I forced myself to smile at him. He stared at me. I handed a menu towards him. He held eye contact and didn't move to take the menu, so I put it in front of him. I asked him if he wanted a drink. He just kept staring. "I'll give you a moment to decide." I went behind the counter and sent my manager a text asking if she could drop by. Message failed. Tried again. Message failed. Rinse and repeat. I put my phone away and looked back towards his table. He was gone. I didn't hear the door chime as he left, so I assumed he'd gone to the bathroom. I started to calm down a bit, rationalizing it was simply a junkie. Realizing he may have been a junkie made me suspicious of what he was doing in the bathroom, so I decided to check. It was completely empty, and the window was still locked. I still have no idea how he knew my name. I don't know where he went. I quit my job shortly after. A few months later, my coworker was killed in a failed robbery, or so we were told. I believe it may have been the same thing I encountered that night. Be 19-year-old Coomer. Work closing shift at Dollar Tree. Counting money at end of shift in manager's office. Look at the camera feed. What the fuck is that .jpeg? Fridge doors near back of store open and slam shut. Ask manager. Oh yeah, stuff like that happens from time to time. Just ignore it. Okay? Finish counting and close up. Head the car. Loud screaming from inside store. No thank you. Drive the hell off. Next day. Hey manager, what was with the screaming last night? Don't know, but it happens once a week or so. Quit the next day for unrelated reasons. Shitty motel off the freeway next to a Denny's. Night shift. Just me and the cleaning staff. Cleaning staff is almost 100% undocumented Salvadorian and Mexican women. They rarely bring attention to themselves. One night, one of them asked if I'll help them with one of the rooms. Odd. I join her, thinking it must be serious. Go to the room. Nothing out of the ordinary. I help her clean up a bit and we both leave. This happens a few times. Different cleaning ladies. Confused. Finally, one of them explains. A few of them have had the same experience in that room. They walk in. It's empty. They start to clean. Lights go off. They look around. A man is sitting on the edge of the bed. Dark, but he looks naked. Cleaning lady quickly leaves. This always happens when the room is supposed to be empty. No guests registered to it. My first thought is some pervert is fucking with the cleaning staff. Tell them, let me know when they're going to clean that room. Next time, I'm keeping an eye on cameras when cleaning lady goes into the room. A few moments later, she rushes out. Keep my eyes on the monitor. Nobody else comes in or out. Cleaning lady shows up at desk and tells me she saw it again. Rush over the room. Empty. My face went.